Hey everyone, welcome to English Speaking Practice Daily, the podcast where we get real about life, learning, and everything in between. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ryan. And today, we're diving into something that literally everyone thinks about, but nobody really talks about honestly.
That's right, we're talking about the big lie, the one they told us in school.
Wait. Before you think we're being dramatic, we're totally being dramatic, but for a good reason.
Okay, so picture this. You're sitting in a classroom, right? The teacher says, study hard, get good grades, and you'll be successful in life.
And we believed it. We all believed it. I remember staying up until 2 a.m., cramming for exams, thinking, this is it. This determines my future.
Same. I had flashcards everywhere, on my bathroom mirror, on my fridge, even on my steering wheel.
On your steering wheel? That's actually dangerous, Emma.
I know, but that's how obsessed we were with grades. And then we graduated.
And reality hit us like a truck.
Exactly. So today, we're asking the uncomfortable question. Did school actually prepare us for real life, or did it just prepare us to sit in more classrooms?
And here's the thing. If you're listening right now and you've ever felt like, wait, I have a degree, but I don't know how to do my taxes, or I can solve calculus, but I can't handle a difficult conversation with my boss,
then this episode is for you. And trust me, you're not alone. Stay with us because we're about to get very, very real.
But first, quick question for our listeners. Have you ever felt like school prepared you for tests, but not for life? Drop a comment right now. Just one word, yes or no. We really want to know.
And if you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button because we drop episodes like this every week. Real conversations, real English, real topics. All right, Emma, let's start with the hard truth. Okay, so Ryan, be honest. What's the first thing you think of when I say the word education?
Stress, anxiety, that feeling in your stomach the night before a big exam?
Yes, that exact feeling, like your heart is racing, you're reading the same paragraph for the 10th time, and it still doesn't make sense.
And then the exam day comes. You walk into that room and it smells like, what even is that smell? Stress, sweat, and pencil shavings?
Oh my God, yes. And everyone's doing that thing where they're pretending to be calm, but their leg is bouncing under the desk like crazy.
And the teacher walks in with that stack of papers and the whole room goes silent, like horror movie silent.
You can hear people breathing, Ryan. That's how quiet it gets.
And then they say, you have 2 hours, begin. And your mind just blanks.
Completely blanks, even though you studied for weeks. Suddenly you're like, what's my name? Where am I? What is math?
Okay, but here's my question. Why do we do this to ourselves? Like, why is education so focused on these high-pressure, do-or-die moments?
Because that's how the system measures us, right? It's easier to give everyone the same test and rank them with numbers.
But here's the crazy part. Some of the most successful people I know, they were terrible at exams.
Really?
Really? I have a friend, let's call him Marcus. Marcus barely passed high school. Like, he was the kid sleeping in the back of class.
Oh no.
Oh no, because now he owns 3 businesses. 3! He's making more money than everyone who got straight A's.
So what happened? How did he go from sleeping in class to running businesses?
Because somewhere along the way, he learned skills that school never taught him. He learned how to talk to people, how to sell, how to handle rejection, how to solve real problems.
So he became street smart instead of just book smart.
Exactly, and that's the difference we need to talk about.
All right, let's break this down for our listeners. Book smart versus street smart. What do these actually mean?
Okay, so book smart is when you're really good at academic stuff. You can memorize formulas, write perfect essays, ace tests.
You're the person who always has the right answer in class.
Right. You know all the theories, all the facts, all the information from textbooks.
But then there's street smart. This is different. This is about reading situations, reading people, thinking on your feet.
It's about knowing what to do when there's no textbook to tell you the answer.
Yes, like imagine this scenario. You're in a meeting at work and suddenly your boss puts you on the spot. She says, hey, what do you think we should do about this problem?
And there's no multiple choice. There's no study guide. You just have to think.
Exactly. That's when being street smart matters more than being book smart.
I'll give you a personal example. In college, I was really book smart. I graduated with honors, top of the class, the whole thing.
Okay, humble brag.
No, wait, because here's what happened. I got my first job, and on my first day, my manager said, "Great, we have a client meeting in an hour. You're going to present our new project."
Oh no, an hour?
An hour, Emma, and I completely froze. I had all this knowledge in my head, but I couldn't communicate it. I couldn't read the room. I couldn't handle the pressure.
What happened?
I stumbled through the presentation. I used too much jargon. I talked too fast. I could see the client's eyes glazing over.
Ouch.
Yeah, and afterwards, my manager pulled me aside and said, "Ryan, you're smart, but you need to learn how to connect with people, not just impress them with facts."
Wow, that must have been hard to hear.
It was, because I thought my degree meant I was ready, but I had this huge skill gap.
Skill gap? That's such an important term. It's the difference between what you know and what you can actually do.
Exactly, and a lot of us have that gap when we leave school.
So true. I remember my first job too. I was hired as a content writer, and I thought, perfect. I got A's in all my writing classes.
But
Writing for a real company is so different from writing essays. I had to learn about deadlines, feedback, teamwork, adapting my style for different audiences.
all the stuff they don't teach you in school.
Right, and I had to learn it the hard way, through mistakes and awkward moments.
Learn the hard way? That's when life teaches you through tough experiences, right?
Yep, not fun, but you remember those lessons forever.
So here's what we're saying, listeners. If you feel like you were a good student, but you still feel lost in real life, you're normal. That's not a you problem. That's a system problem.
The system taught you to pass tests, not to navigate life.
And that's what we need to change.
Okay, so if exams don't teach us everything we need, what does prepare us for real life?
Great question. Let's talk about soft skills. These are the skills that don't show up on your report card, but make a huge difference in real life.
Like what?
Communication, teamwork, problem solving, emotional intelligence, time management, adaptability.
These sound simple, but they're actually super hard.
They are. Think about communication. In school, you write an essay, turn it in, get a grade. Done.
But in real life, you need to explain your ideas to your boss, negotiate with a difficult client, comfort a friend who's upset, give feedback without hurting feelings.
And there's no correct answer for any of that. You have to figure it out based on the situation and the person.
That's why it's called street smart. You're navigating real human situations.
Exactly. And here's another big one. Emotional intelligence. This is understanding your own emotions and other people's emotions.
School never taught me that.
Me neither. But it's so important at work. Like, if you can tell when your coworker is stressed and needs support, that's emotional intelligence.
Or if you can stay calm when a customer is angry instead of getting defensive.
Yes, that's a skill that takes practice. You can't learn it from a textbook.
So how do you learn these skills?
Through hands-on experience, by actually doing things, making mistakes, and learning from them.
Hands-on experience means real practice, right? Not just reading about it.
Exactly. Like, you can read a book about how to ride a bike, but you won't actually learn until you get on the bike and fall a few times.
Great analogy. So what kind of hands-on experiences help build these real-life skills?
So many things. Part-time jobs, volunteering, internships, group projects, even hobbies.
Really? Hobbies too?
Absolutely. Let's say you join a community theater group. You're learning teamwork, creativity, public speaking, handling criticism, working under pressure.
Those are all transferable skills.
Transferable skills. Yes, these are skills you can use in any job or situation. They transfer from one context to another.
So if you learn good communication in a theater group, you can use that same skill in a business meeting.
Exactly. Or if you learn problem solving while organizing a community event, you can use that skill when you're managing a project at work.
This is so empowering. It means you're learning valuable skills even when you're not in a classroom.
Right. And here's something important. Employers are starting to realize this too.
Really?
Yeah. More and more companies are saying, we don't just want people who tick all the boxes on paper, we want people who can actually do the work and work well with others.
Tick all the boxes means meeting all the requirements, right?
Yep, like having the right degree, the right GPA, the right certifications. That's ticking all the boxes.
But that's not enough anymore?
It helps, but it's not everything. I've seen people with perfect resumes who can't communicate in meetings, and I've seen people with average grades who are superstars at work because they have amazing people skills.
So the message is, grades matter, but they're not everything.
Exactly. Build your book smarts and your street smarts.
So, Ryan, can we talk about something that I think a lot of people experience but don't always talk about?
What's that?
Imposter syndrome.
Oh man, yes, this is so important.
For anyone who doesn't know, imposter syndrome is when you feel like you're not good enough or you don't belong, even when your achievements say otherwise.
It's that voice in your head saying everyone's going to figure out I'm a fraud.
Yes, even though you're not a fraud, you earned your position.
Have you experienced this, Emma?
All the time, especially when I first started this podcast, I kept thinking, who am I to teach English? There are so many people more qualified than me.
But you are qualified. You have years of experience.
I know that now, but at the beginning, I had such strong imposter syndrome. I thought someone's going to listen and say, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
And did that happen?
No, the opposite happened. People loved the podcast, but my brain kept telling me I wasn't good enough.
That's imposter syndrome. And here's the thing, it often affects people who are actually very competent.
Really?
Yeah, studies show that high achievers experience imposter syndrome more than average performers.
Why is that?
Because when you care about doing well, you're more aware of what you don't know. You set high standards for yourself.
That makes sense. So feeling like an imposter doesn't mean you are an imposter.
Exactly. It usually just means you care about your work and you're pushing yourself into new territory.
So what do we do about it? How do we handle imposter syndrome?
First, recognize it. When that voice says you're not good enough, notice it and say, oh, that's imposter syndrome talking.
Don't believe everything you think.
Exactly. Second, look at the evidence. What have you actually accomplished? What do other people say about your work?
So if 5 people tell you you're doing great, but your brain says you're terrible, trust the 5 people.
Right. Your brain might be lying to you because of imposter syndrome.
What else?
Talk about it. Share your feelings with trusted friends or colleagues. You'll probably find out they feel the same way.
Really?
Yes. When I told my coworker I felt like an imposter at work, she said, oh my God, me too. I thought I was the only one.
That's so comforting to know you're not alone.
And finally, remember that making mistakes doesn't make you an imposter. It makes you human.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone, even experts, even people who seem super confident.
So listeners, if you're feeling imposter syndrome right now, know that it's normal. It doesn't mean you're not qualified. It usually means you're growing.
And growth is uncomfortable, but it's also where the magic happens.
All right, Ryan, we've talked about the problem. Now let's talk about solutions. How do we bridge the gap between school learning and real-life skills?
Great question. Here are some practical things anyone can start doing today.
I love practical advice.
Okay, first, seek out hands-on experiences. Don't just study, do. Get a part-time job, volunteer, join a club, start a project.
Even if it's not related to your degree?
Especially if it's not related to your degree. All experience teaches you something transferable.
Okay, what else?
Second, practice communication every single day. Talk to people, have real conversations. Don't just text, actually speak.
And for our listeners learning English, this is perfect practice.
Absolutely. Find a language partner, join online discussion groups, comment on videos like this one.
Speaking of which, listeners, drop a comment right now. Just tell us, what's one real-life skill you want to improve?
Great idea. Okay, third tip, learn to think on your feet. Put yourself in situations where you can't prepare everything in advance.
Like what?
Join a debate club, do improv classes, volunteer to give presentations, say yes to opportunities that scare you a little.
Ooh, that's hard, but good.
Fourth, find mentors. Connect with people who are where you want to be and learn from them.
How do you find mentors?
Reach out, send a respectful message, ask if they'd be willing to chat for 20 minutes. Most people are flattered to be asked.
And what should you ask them?
Ask about their journey. What mistakes did they make? What skills mattered most? What do they wish they'd known earlier?
That's gold. What's your last tip?
Be patient with yourself. You're not going to master everything overnight. Skill building is a lifelong journey.
So true. You didn't learn to read in one day. You won't learn all of life's skills in 1 year.
Exactly. Celebrate small progress. If you had one good conversation today, that's progress. If you handled one difficult situation better than last time, that's growth.
I love that mindset. Wow, Ryan, we covered so much in this episode.
We really did. Let's do a quick recap for our listeners.
Okay, so here's what we talked about. School teaches us to be book smart, but life requires us to be street smart too.
Exams measure knowledge, but they don't measure soft skills like communication, teamwork, and emotional intelligence.
There's often a skill gap between what school teaches and what real life demands.
Imposter syndrome is super common, especially among high achievers, and it doesn't mean you're actually an imposter.
And we can bridge the gap through hands-on experience, real practice, mentorship, and patience with ourselves.
The bottom line, your value is not determined by your grades or test scores.
You are so much more than a number on a report card.
And if you're listening right now, whether you're a straight-A student or someone who struggled in school, you have unique strengths and potential.
The question is, are you developing those strengths? Are you building real life skills alongside your academic knowledge?
Because that's what will set you up for success, however you define success.
So, listeners, before we go, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment answering one of these questions.
1. What's one skill school never taught you that you had to learn the hard way?
Or 2, what's one real life skill you're working on building right now?
Your answers help other listeners feel less alone, and they help us create better content for you.
Also, if you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who might need to hear this message.
And don't forget to subscribe to English Speaking Practice Daily. We release new episodes every week.
We cover real topics with real conversations using real English.
Thank you so much for spending these 30 minutes with us.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you're doing better than you think.